everyone. Welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And this is our spoiler-filled Wonder Woman review. We are not going to do the crossed arms because everyone on the internet has already done that.
We forgot our spoiler sign.
Oh. Spoilers. Just put River Song's book up and call it good. We went and saw it last night. Most of the movie pundits in the world saw it on Thursday. However, we're not movie pundits, we're fans. So we have a better opinion than most of them do. Right? Right. And so this is our review, and it's full of spoilers. Spoilers. You've been warned. If you continue on, it's your own damn fault. Does everybody understand? Everybody will now shake their head. Yes. All right. So, Wonder Woman, what did you like? First off, overall, what did you like about the movie?
Or what was
it?
I liked it. It originally, a few people had kind of likened it to the first Iron Man. I don't think I liked it quite that much. I really liked the first Iron Man. It was witty banter, and I really liked the Tony Stark. But definitely a strong first Thor. I've
heard some people say it's much along the same lines, at least tone-wise, as Captain America, the first Avenger, because it was during a world war.
Yeah.
So that was that direct correlation.
Yeah.
I think it's a little cheap. I think it's a little bit more impactful than that one is, but it's a simple correlation of the two war movies together. So.
Yeah. And just, overall, I mean, I liked it a lot. It's not probably in my top 5 comic book movies, but it's definitely in the next 5.
It's hard to pounce out Guardians and Logan and Civil War and Avengers. It's hard.
Yeah.
You're having to go big time to do that at this point in time. Overall, I really was quite happy and really liked this film. For a lot of what has already been said on the internet, and for a lot of the other reasons that I really like this movie, that DC did it right and let someone do the movie they needed to do. And yes. Patty Jenkins knocked it out of the park. And is it the best movie, like you were saying, is in your top 5? It's like 6 or 7 for me right now. I like to see it a couple more times. I texted her today. I'm like, we have a lot of shit to watch. I think I want to watch it again. It's definitely a rewatchable movie.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely worth getting on the Blu-ray, especially if they do all the extras and everything that they did with it, and all the fight choreography that they did with it. And they have to do a segment on all the Amazons, all the women Amazonians, because they're all like Olympic athletes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for what this movie needed to be, I think it hit it out of the park. And I really loved the way it was shot. I loved the tone. I loved the pacing. I just felt like it was a movie that made sense for an origin story of a character that we already know because of the stuff that happened in BVS. Now there were some things that I could have done without, and there's some things that I think could have been done better. Or like the last fight scene, although cool, I think was maybe a little too CGI.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do that when you have two gods. It's hard to not CGI that stuff when you have two gods fighting. Spoilers. Two gods fighting in a fight. It's hard to do that. It's hard to not do it. And there's a lot of shots where the characters are really small, far away, and then they kind of run to each other, and they're still kind of small and stuff. And again, trying to get two gods to fight, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anything that you weren't really particularly happy with?
Well, are we going to do what we liked and what we didn't like?
Yeah, that's why I kind of moved on to what we didn't like.
Well, I was talking about the overall movie.
Okay, overall
how I felt
movie.
overall.
Okay,
so the things I liked, I thought the Amazonian fighting scenes were awesome. I happen to agree with Perry Nemiroff. I could watch that whole thing just over and over and over again.
Yeah.
They were, you could tell it wasn't CGI. They were really, bending over the side of the horse and shooting arrows, and that was
way awesome.
That was very cool. I liked the secretary. I can't remember what her name was. I wanted to see more of her. I was kind of sad we didn't see more of her. I really liked her. She was kind of,
she was a good she was a good comic relief for that when it started to get much more serious of a movie.
Yeah, but you only got to see her twice.
Right,
so,
right.
I liked Chris Pine, and I liked Gal Gadot. However, we're saying her
I've
name.
heard it 6 different
Gadot,
ways today.
We're saying her name. I liked the two of them. I think their relationship could have been built a little bit more.
That's fair. I really like the scene in the village that they had saved, and it starts to snow, and they're outside swaying, and and I liked her. I liked Gal Gadot's. I loved the way she portrayed that intelligent innocence.
Yeah.
She's obviously very smart, but what she knows of the world is different than anything else.
And she wasn't just a dumb. She didn't play the dumb, for lack of a better term, the dumb bimbo. She didn't fall into that trap of, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
She was. Yeah. It was innocence. It was like, wow, this is really cool. And what is this? And
yeah. And I really like that. There's been a lot of talk on the internet over the last few days about how this is going to change the world of movies. And a lot of the reason is this is this is the highest grossing woman directed movie ever for opening weekend, and the highest grossing woman directed female standalone superhero movie. We've never had one, so it's going to do really well. It made $103 million domestically, which is $20 million more than the next highest female directed movie on opening weekend, which was blah 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 50 Shades Darker. And that's never ever going to be at the same standard that this movie is going to be. We've never seen it. I still don't think it's going to be that good. But the other thing too is it made $122 million overseas. That's $200 million plus that it made on opening weekend.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
The only thing it has to go against next weekend is The Mummy.
Right.
And so that's a big deal. The other thing that I kind of always I thought was very positive for the movie itself was Patty Jenkins last directed a major motion picture in 2003.
Why?
Because she's a woman in Hollywood. She's a female director in Hollywood. Oh, by the way, that movie was Monster, with Charlize Theron, who got a little freaking statue guy for it. Get her some fucking jobs. Now she's already signed. Both of them signed on to do the second one.
Yep.
And they're already talking about it, about moving it, fast tracking it. I don't necessarily. I want to see another one. I don't necessarily want to see it before I see the second Superman, the Batman, whenever they get that going. And then I'd like to see the three of them maybe in a 18-month period all come out in the same time in front of Justice League 2, because we all know Justice League 2 is going to come out.
Yeah.
But I was really happy with this movie. I'd like to have seen some changes, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm not directing it, so...
Yeah. Like I said before, I didn't feel any super connection. I know a lot of people said they thought that the connection between her and Chris Pine was, there was a great chemistry there, and the chemistry was okay, but I just didn't, we went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy for the second time this weekend. I cried when Yando I called him Lando earlier, when Yando died again. And I didn't, I was like, oh, that's sad. Chris Pine's Stein, but there was no tear.
Yeah, but it's a new character that we only get to know for one film, kind of thing.
Yeah,
so there's a little bit of that, but I can kind of get behind that. So overall, major thumbs up. Do we have a rating system yet?
Pops.
1 out of 10 pops. We got to come up with something. We'll say 1 out of 10. 10 being a perfect movie, 1 being 50 Shades Darker.
The Circle.
The
Road.
The Road.
The Road.
Don't ever watch The Road. We can do a whole diatribe on The Road. The Circle was like a 4. So out of 10,
a 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll buy it. We'll watch it again.
Yeah. I'm about that 7.5. I'm in that area. Good movie, fun, beautifully shot, definitely worth it. Now the pressure's on Justice League.
Yes.
And
keep your fingers out of the pie.
crossed, because it only makes Marvel do better movies if DC starts making better movies.
Right.
It just makes it, competition breeds goodness. So what do you guys think? Did you guys like Wonder Woman? We obviously really liked it. Maybe not the best movie we've seen this summer, but still pretty good. So get a hold of us. Like this video. Leave us a comment. Share with us your thoughts on Wonder Woman. You can also get a hold of us on Facebook at the Pop Culture Cult, or Pop Culture Cult 1 on Instagram, and we're Pop_Cult 1 on Twitter. Please like and subscribe to our channels. We're trying to get to 100 YouTube subscribers. I know, big numbers. And so keep pushing, keep helping us build the community so we can talk to you more. And until next time, I need to find the music. Good night now.